Hello, crafters. This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse introducing the Victorian Collection. Oh, this one? Super love. This is a collection designed by Susan Tierney Cockburn for Spellbinders. And let me tell you, many things in here are win-win. And you'll see from my examples. Also in this video, towards the end, I'm going to have a mini haul video because a few of the items, they arrived in time. I used in this project, and I think they're just like, oh yes, they're fabulous. So we'll talk about that too. Okay, crafters, I am just so excited and so loving this Victorian collection, and I even made a Mother's Day card. 2 thumbs up for that. Alrighty, crafters, let's get started. Here are 4 items that I would call the background or to help build up your florals within the Victorian collection. And the Victorian collection, I did watch one of Susan's video, and it is based on Queen Victoria and the Victorian era. And in the US at that time was also the Gilded Age. So that time period inspired this whole collection. And I'm telling you, this one, lovely. Especially if you like period pieces or you like shabby chic, that type of crafting, this is up your alley. Oh, just so many ways. It's so good. So good. Let's start off with the first thing I worked with because I just loved this one so much. Mason jar and lavender. Lavender purple. Yes, that's me. You're going to see lots of thumbs up with this one. I'm going to tell you right now, just so loving it. All right, mason jar. 4 inches by 2.5. This is the lavender. This is the leaf. The leaf, you're looking at 5 1/4. Lavender, roughly the same. The width, about 2 inches. And you tuck these in the mason jar. You will see examples. I did my example differently, where they colored the jar and extended these legs. I did the jar solid just so I didn't have to worry about trying to watercolor and draw on the jar. This bit right here, those are your buds for the lavender. Not as bad as it looks. So mason jar and lavender. Next, love this teacup and saucer. I love a good coffee mug die or coffee cup die. I also love a good tea cup die, and this one has that feel with the shabby chic in it. Oh, so pretty. Use all your floral pattern paper and personalize your cup and saucer. Oh yeah, which I did. 2 3/4 by a little bit under 3 1/4, and then the saucer 4 by 2, almost 2. And this goes right here. What you're looking for when you're putting this one together, ruffle in the back, and then you match the cup to that line, and you see you have embossed lines. Okay, so it does make it easy in terms of you centering it. 2 pieces. Love. Glimmer hot foil. Look at this glimmer hot foil. Look at all that fern goodness. Glimmer ferns hot foil plate. Oh, this one, so pretty. So here I did an example because I did hot foil this twice, and I suggest if you do get this hot foil plate, just go a little bit bigger than what you think, because by the time you center the florals, you might want all your florals over this way. You might want it over here. It gives you more room to then trim down and not be so constricted in your placement of this. You may want to crop it like so for an A2. You may want to crop it like this. So it gives you wiggle room. Little tip I would say with this one. I did 7 1/4 by 5 1/2. I went really wide just to then play with the placement before I started trimming, okay? So glimmer fern, look at that. This glimmer fern is matte gold. Love. My example that I'll show you is using my other favorite, big time favorite, Satin Metallics hot foil roll, the 4-pack, okay? Super easy to hot foil, totally worth the effort. I'm so excited by this. Look how pretty that is. You could even do this by itself and put a sentiment and you're done. Talk about making a card that has no bulk if you like it super clean. This is fabulous. 5 1/2 by, oh, this is gonna be hard, about 4 inches, and I'm going from there to roughly here. Okay, so you're in that grid. Super pretty. So it can fit your A2 card. Last, in terms of the backgrounds, Victorian Garden Foliage dies. Love, 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 and love. All 3 are so good. Just so good. Let's go with this big one here. 3 3/4 by almost 2 3/4. Super pretty, and look at that veining and everything. Just love. Use it with Susan's specialty cardstock, which is what I did. Now we have florals. These are fabulous too. This one is the one that comes out looking like your rose. Depending on how you shape this, you can have it looking like prima flowers. Make your own and customize your florals. Pick your own colors. This little set, super easy to work with. I love that she gives you the count 3 times. So you're going to cut this to make 1 bloom. Cut this 3 times. Cut this whole section 2 times. And this makes 1 flower. Camellia dies. Love, 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 love. She is roughly 2.5 inch, okay? Super love. Southern Magnolia. So pretty. With this, you can just make 1 bloom and you're done. And you'll see from my example, that's exactly what I did. And lastly, this is the only one I did not get a chance to play with yet. I was hoping to see Susan's video because I see how this curls. I'm not sure if I pull it in or pull it out. This one, 4 times each, 3 times each. These layer up. And in here, 4. And then you keep layering up. And then there's the leaves. Spider Mom dies. Here's my first example. So loving. And yes, all my cards are going to be oversized because I do enjoy the full spread of the bloom and also the embossing folder or the background. So both things are important to me. So now let's talk about the lavender. Look at that. At first, when I saw the example of the lavender, I was like, what? I had that moment because you cut this little grid 6 times and you're tucking in all these little blooms together. At first, I was just so daunted by 6 times and how many is this? And I'm going to be there for 10 days. Actually, no. So let me show you my little tip. And I still have some left. See, those are my little buds. Look how tiny this thing is. So you're going to need tweezers for this. If you have the Susan's Ultimate Kit, tweezers come in it. Spellbinders does have detailed tweezers as well. Here are my Spellbinders detailed tweezers. Okay, and I did buy this separately. The Ultimate Kit does come with it. I'm going to pop a picture here so you can see what's included in that kit. So you're going to need tweezers to help to pick this up. You color this up in these big open clusters here that you see. That's where you would like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, but you use glue. And then you also, after it dries, you keep topping it like so. And just dabs of glue. And I'm using Barely Art glue like that. See how it just falls into place? And you just keep layering, layering, layering. And then you create this clustered look. It's so satisfying. Like once I started, I was like, oh, not so bad. This is just to protect the tip. So I keep that together. But super easy, super fun. Now, what my tip is, if you're going to use alcohol markers like I did, and in this example, I'm using Olo markers, okay? And what I did was run the die through the Susan Specialty cardstock, cut the little grid around. Most of the pieces stayed in here anyway, and just take the markers. You can see, swipe, 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 flip it over. Try to swipe it on the back. Sometimes it popped out and then I would do it by hand because you have to color both sides. I use my previous flower molding foam. See all the bits that I tucked in? Because you have to use something to press it in, like a little stylus to press it in. I didn't want to do it on this one. I didn't want to ruin this one. This is that flower molding replacement mat from Spellbinders. So you can purchase this if you already have flower making tools. So I did the lavender. Like I said, super easy. Thank goodness. And then in the background, I did 2 of these and 1.5 of a stalk of this one. Okay. So this would be, I believe, this piece right here. You see how the leaves fall onto it? And then this one is a shorter one there and there. And tuck it into the jar. Now for the jar, instead of doing that watercolor way, Spellbinders brushed silver cardstock. Ran that over that mason jar. Look at the detail that came through it. And I wasn't using any sort of embossing mat or anything, and just made the jar solid and then tucked those florals in. Now let's talk about the excitement going on here. That's something new for me. Now I know you can emboss on vellum. I've never done it, but now after doing it, I was like, oh yes. What led to that? I wanted the background to be purple, but I didn't want it to match this too much and be purple on purple. It was just going to be too much. So behind here is solid purple cardstock, and I needed to tone it down. And then I came up with the idea, you know what, I'm going to do vellum. And not only am I going to do vellum, I'm going to emboss vellum, because this is a whole lot of solid vellum if I just had put a sheet of vellum. This is heavyweight vellum run through the hydrangea blooms. This is the embossing folder of the month for February. Love this embossing folder. You've seen it different ways from me, but look at it here now with the vellum. Love. I have just a slim sliver of tape here. Slim, like 1/8 of an inch. And then a lot here. Just to hold everything down. Here is where it really is holding. On the edges, sort of just lightly done. Hydrangea blooms just taken to another level with some heavyweight vellum. And I didn't get any cracking either. Isn't that pretty? And then in the background, I needed something else. So then I pulled out one of my favorites. Got it all here in my scrapbook.com storage envelopes. That's about 10 packs of stuff. Seal twine. Love. So I did seal twine here in brown just to make it more earthy, and put some silver mixed gems, the crystal part, down here, around the sentiment, and then in here. I use the super tiny gems in here, and then the bigger ones down here at the bottom. Sending health and happiness. That is one of my favorite glimmer hot foil plates. Making me smile, sentiments, glimmer hot foil plates. Still using what I had done factory mode in 4 colorways from before. This is with opaque black and white hot foil roll. Still loving that roll. I love that I can really get bang for my buck out of running this hot foil plate. Doesn't use a lot of cardstock, and you can just cut strips and just hot foil and then use the coordinating die, and you get sentiments just ready to go. Always ready to go with this set. Making me smile sentiments hot foil plate. You do any hot foiling, this one is a must add to your stash. Didn't even say like, oh, maybe you should. Oh, you must, because you'll be so happy with it. Like, just always ready to go with it. Happy birthday is in there. Just all kinds of sentiments are in there. Health and happiness, you know. Just everything. Just love it. Cuts down on your crafting time. And, oh, goodness. Look at that. Just love this card. Okay, I'm going to stop. Moving on. All right, crafters. Isn't this so pretty, though? All right, next example. This one is for my mother. Lots of love in this one, and I was so happy. This is now coming into the haul. So this is an oversized card with a whole lot of height. This is one that I would then either make a little box and then put it in the gift bag with the present for my mother for Mother's Day. So let's talk about what you're seeing here. This is the camellia dies. I did the full flower there, did half. That's that one, the half. It's all on the teacup. I know, I covered up the teacup. I was just so excited by this and just wanted to play. Let me tell you, this card was just like, ooh, oh, ooh, oh. It was one of those cards. And I don't know if you've ever had that experience in crafting, but it's a wonderful feeling. You just cut out that pretty, it's sort of like an Anna Griffin pattern paper. I did the ooh in the teacup. There's a teacup. Had that done. Right. See the ruffle in the back? There's a ruffle in the back. I know you really can't see the teacup. And the rim is here up the top, but all those leaves are tucked into it. My mother, she loves roses and she loves them in pink and this colorway. So I was excited for her making this card for her. Yeah, the ooh and ah. And then this. Susan has a video of how to put this together. It's actually a live video on Facebook. And it's not exactly the way she did it. I'll tell you why. She has a new product and it's available at Spellbinders. I did order mine. I'm just waiting for it to come. It's a little block. I'm showing the picture here with circles in it. The center of the flowers are supposed to be tighter. They're little holes and you're supposed to form it, put it in there, because when you form this type of floral forming paper, no matter the brand you're using or you get the Susan brand, listen to the flowers. When you first play with this cardstock, it's super soft. It's like this. A little soft, little flex. See how it just bent in my hand? Super soft. Once you put that ink on or spray with water and then it sets, it becomes this, which is fabulous. So it's specialty paper, not just regular cardstock. To have it set holding and form close, I didn't have something. I was trying to find stuff to put it in, but I wasn't getting the depth and the hold. So mine are a little bit open, but I don't think my mother's going to notice. So if you don't get the tool, it's okay. But if you do get the tool, you're going to be closer to what the flower is supposed to look like in nature and how Susan works. I know a lot of crafters who, like, if you're doing something, you want it to be, oh, I saw that, I want it to be like that. So that's why I'm just telling you there is a tool to get this bit closed as a closed bud. And then she gives you different sizes too, so you form this better and hold it. So me, I kind of did a thing, but I'm happy with what I did. Again, Olo markers. This is the color I used for this. R5.1 and R5.3. So if you love this colorway and you don't want to buy a bunch of markers, you can just order these two ends together with a little connector in the middle, and they're both brush markers, okay? In the past, Susan was using Copic markers, which are fantastic, still #1. She's now giving Olos a try. She created a list, and I will put a link for it because I did find it. Artists that work with Olo, their color choices. She has 2 sets. This is for her followers who love all of what she does and want to recreate the colors and have the colors, etc. She has set 1 and set 2. I'm showing you the graphic here so you can see what I'm talking about. I will link it. Spellbinders also has tones. Pink tones, purple tones. I started off getting the purple tones. I've gone back now to Olo and gotten individual markers. Look how pretty that is. And you do color her specialty cardstock, both sides, okay? In the center is the 5.3. On the outside is the 5.1. And then I use my tools and my stylus. Got the molding mat out. The leaf pad I'm using. I was having fun. Let me tell you, this one, not a hard one to put together either. I am just so excited to be able to do this. And then I made this beautiful Mother's Day card. You just don't know how tickled I am by this card. So I have my camellias here on top of the teapot. Tuck them in, form them up. The background, this comes into the hall. So does that. From the craft room clear out sale. My order already came in. Yay. From that sale, I bought 2 die sets. This card is featuring 2 designers at Spellbinders, Becca Feakin and Susan Tierney Cockburn. And are you mad at it? Oh no. Love. These 2 dies are going to be your oversized 5x7 dies. I had this one in my wish list for the longest time because she retails for $40. I did not buy her for nowhere near that. This is a pass die of the month from March of 2022. So you can only get this at Spellbinders, but am I so happy I played with it. Look how gorgeous this is. Now, I did not go all 10 layers coming in. You could come all the way in down to here, and then there's some florals attached. But I did the outer part, this drop in, which I thought, see how I have the yellow tape? That this didn't have a cut line. But this inner part does have a cut line, so I get the shadow. Then the fine detail is its own piece. Crafters, I don't believe it's on sale now, but put it in your wish list and wait if you want to get it. Or if you can't wait and you want to make a card like this for your mother, then just go ahead and purchase it. It is so beautiful. So you get this little frame. Between layering these 2 together, that little gap creates this. I was surprised when it popped out. So I could do like that. You see what I'm saying? You could even get this little frame if you wanted. I did all cream background, cream for the frame here, and then the drop-in, and then there's another set of drop-ins. There is this one. If you leave it like this, all of this is that solid matte champagne gold foil right here. I did this now in cream and put it on top. This one does not have a cut line all the way around. This is a drop-in. This one can stand by itself. She can stand by herself. This piece without the back. But the back just adds that extra matting layer to even enjoy that detail all the more. I just love this set. I don't know why I didn't get it before during Kit Club, but I am so glad that I got it as a pass kit and on sale. Love this. Bella Ovalette. So pretty, 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 pretty. So created that background, then put the teapot with the flower, then the open space at the top of the teapot here. That's where I tuck in those leaves. Comes back into this one, Victorian Garden Foliage. Another thing I hauled, Happy Mother's Day. This is a fantastic, beautiful, delicate glimmer hot foil plate with an amazing low price point. And I got it even lower because it was on sale. Happy Parents' Day. So you get both Happy Father's Day and Happy Mother's Day. Here is Happy Mother's Day, which I had to snip to fit. Tried it out here all the way out. It just wasn't looking right. So for my mother, I did surgery. Just kind of rounded out and made my own thing. Let me give you a measurement on these two. Oh, and I did Happy Father's Day too. Look at that. Gray with opaque black. Look at that. Wouldn't that be cute too? With the toolkit. Oh, I'm definitely linking this for you guys. I had it in the wish list from like last year. And then when I saw it on super sale, it was time. Mother's Day. She is 3 inches. Father's Day, 3 1/4. And look at that too. That's why I said low price point. You get the hot foil plate and you get the die to cut around it. Father's Day. And then you get that sentiment strip with the fishtail flags. But you can use this outside of this set. So if you do any glimmering or you're going to make a bunch of cards and maybe have some Mother's Day cards at a church sale to raise money for your church, this is a great little idea. And you could use this for Easter too because of the cups. This cup and these flowers. Think of it Easter, spring, Mother's Day, birthday. Change these flowers to any color you wish. You don't have to look at the Camilla on Google and go, oh, it can only be pink and it can only be white. If you want to do blue flowers, go for it. Have fun with these floral dies. You do you. Have fun. I'm so loving that everything here was not hard to put together. Looks like it is because I know when my mother sees this, her jaw is going to drop through the floor. She's going to be like, you made this? And then she gets speechless because anytime she really loves something and she's in shock, she can't talk. So it's going to happen. I think it's so pretty. And I love the hot foil. Hot foil here, I used satin metallics again. This color. You see how this color picks up on that? Mm-hmm. My mother is worth it. 2 thumbs up. I had to dig through all the hot foil, had to hold down the foil cardstock with it and match them up and be like, okay. And that's how I wanted it done. So this is my Mother's Day card. Finished off with some gold mixed gems, the crystal part of gold mixed gems, and done. So loving. This is all again, Olo markers. No Copics here. Love. So let's review. Are you guys liking this so far? I mean, it's like, wow, right? You know, when I was making this, I was like, did I really make these? This Victorian collection, out the gate. Winner, 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 4 times over. Next example, in her simplicity. I'm loving it. And when I say simplicity, I mean you can make a card with 1 bloom and you're done. You don't have to go back 4 or 5 times. You're in a rush and you want to make something still impactful and beautiful. This is the card. And remember, you see the 3D effect of all of this? For the same Mother's Day, this is a sidebar. You could purchase in your craft store a frame and do all of this on a frame too. 8x8 frame, 12x12 frame, and collage it with these florals, still using these sentiments and everything. Here's another little tip. If you are going to go with a canvas frame and nothing is sticking, you have to use gesso. Gesso. Gesso the background first. White gesso, preferably matte. Don't do shiny. That will give all these things tooth to stick on. And if it's going to be something that's hanging up on the wall, 3D project, gesso is going to be your best friend. All these things to stick on and then stay up like that without falling off. But all of these can translate into that too. So for Mother's Day, if you're like, Suzanne, this is just way too high, but I do want to send my mother something really special, maybe something that she can hang up, here is the same collection, especially this collection for that. You can do these florals. You can do 1, you can do 3, 4. You can do a whole collage here. You can put this in the background. You could do this. You can combine them together and do a whole thing. Have fun. Keep the recipient in your mind like I did here. I know she likes this type of cup saucer thing, and she loves it with the pattern, with the florals. Notice how I'm saying I didn't just make it. I made it with her in mind. And so I have my mother's story here, and I'm glad it came together. Much easier than I thought too. Lastly now, we are on to the glimmer ferns. So you saw my example here. And you can see on this one, I did Hammermill 100-pound cardstock. This one is the same cream colored 110-pound cardstock. So it worked here. If you're going to use regular cardstock, feel it. The back here, that's the rough side. Cardstock has a smooth side, glimmer on the smooth side, or the smoothest side, okay? Then it will work. I glimmered this with the Hammermill cardstock, which is in stock, thank goodness. I made this one a happy birthday card. This comes into my favorite set, birthday unboxing. Love! Birthday unboxing with the coordinating die. You don't have a hot foil machine and you're like, I love that happy birthday. Then you can buy the stamps, birthday unboxing stamps, stamp it out. The coordinating die is going to be here though in the glimmer hot foil plate, but you can still purchase this. Maybe one day you will glimmer and then you'll have this ready to go. But these two go on sale now a lot. The cost of these two may just equal the cost of just getting this anyway. So don't think that, oh goodness, I have to buy a whole glimmer plate set just to get the die. No, you can make it work. With sales at Spellbinders, the price is coming down. So I cut it out here, layered it up twice, glimmered in the background, splattered with some gold mica. And then let's talk about the floral. Oh, love. I sort of winged this one. I looked at pictures of examples made, and then I went from that. All I colored on this was the centers in here. I did Copic markers because the yellows I have from Olo are more of a different shade of yellow, which is not available in the Copics. It would have been too orange, so I wanted to bring it back. Here is a combination. See the orangey kind of color? That is a combination of Olo and Copics. In the centers, those are prills. These are prills. This prill I used, which is by Dress My Craft. I don't even know if she sells this anymore, to be honest with you. But if you want prills, those little beads, they're fabulous. And it's the easiest thing to put on. You just put wet glue on the paper, open up the jar. If you dip this all in wet glue and stick it in here and pull it out, it'll hold on to it just like glitter, which is so fabulous, okay? Golden flower pearls at Dress My Craft, but I bought that a long time ago. And Olo markers out here. And just layered up this little flower so easy with the Southern Magnolia. 2, cut it once, and then put the other one, staggered it, put that one in the middle. This 6, that was the interesting part. I just layered them up in there, and then I curled this middle bit, stuck it down, and here we go. Look at that. Happy birthday. I so love this too. And I love that this one, I can just make one and still create a project. I don't have to add 2 or 3 because some of them you have to add like 2 or 3 to really get the look. But this one is so much of a statement flower and so big that you really don't need to go any further. Roughly overall, I'm about 4.5 inches out from here to there. And then that fern in the background, I think that just works so well. So that's it for my 3 cards. I hope you like them. I know I put a whole lot of love, and you have to definitely give heavyweight vellum a try. If you're stuck on a background and the background is just too bright or too something, you want to tone everything down, try vellum. I think it just looks so pretty. Look at that hydrangea with this. Oh, love. I was so happy when it worked. I was like, yay. And this one, Runaway. This whole collection is like a runaway hit from here to here to here. All of this came together very easily and very quickly. Overall, for the result that you're getting, you are not sweating with this one. That's fabulous. All right, let's go into my haul real quick. Okay, crafters, here are the items from my haul because I decided to put that in this video because a lot of what is in my haul works seamlessly. Notice the word I'm using, seamlessly, with Susan's collection. So that's why I was like, why do it separate? Put it together. So the first thing I did show you, Bella Ovalette. Super love. Put it in your wish list and watch, okay? Next one, while looking at it, I saw this one come up and I was like, well, then both of them is like 2 for less than the price of 1 at regular price. Floret. This one is 9 dies and it's so pretty. This was from October 2021. Again, designed by Becca Feakin. So when I had the cup, I was like holding it against this and holding it against this. It was going between the two. I decided on the one that spoke to me. And here she gives you examples on the back of how to put it together too. Love. So I will list and link everything I'm showing you here. Look at that on the back. You can see the flowers right here. And it also comes with its own set of florals as well. Same 5x7 sizing, okay? What I had in my wish list for a long time went on super sale. Happy Parents' Day. Winner by far. And I love how the Happy Mother's Day looks. And I love how the Happy Father's Day look. Here it is in my little bags, ready to go for a bunch of projects. So you'll be seeing what I hot foiled here. Factory mode again. Next, what I did get, hybrid tea rose and teapot. This is Susan's foundation dies. So I showed you a lot of those wooden buckets and pails and etc. and baskets that I had hauled from the previous sale. Well, with this sale, I'd gotten this one. Here you can make flowers again. It's like a rose. Yeah, it's a rose. Teapot is 5.5 by 3.5. This part like 1.5. So you may be in the 4+ inch when you make it, okay? And she has it here on this frame, and I think that's so pretty. Here she has a little fern tucked into it. I was waiting for this one to go on super sale. You could do teapot with the cup and saucer and do a whole collage too. This set together, okay? Next, what I did haul, this was in my wish list for a while. Cross lines card front. Going into your A2 hot foil plate with that design. And then this little drop in, a little something special for you. I've seen many examples of it. It went on sale to a price that I was like, time to get it. Cross lines card front. Love. And lastly, I got a pack of A2 brushed gold envelopes. And you get 10 envelopes in this. Here is the brushed gold envelope. I have one left. Like this. If you saw one of my recent videos, I gave a thank you card to a friend and she was just like completely dying over it. Like, oh my. She's out there looking at the envelope, flipping it over and going, this is so pretty. So here's another pack. Not a bad price point. Also, if you were interested in brushed envelopes, we have the brushed black, and these are all A2 sizing. Brushed black envelope, brushed navy, interesting. Great if you're doing a bunch of Father's Day projects. That might be a good choice. These two. Brush silver, again, that might be another choice for you. And brush rose gold. All of these may be a choice for you for Father's Day. I don't know about if you wanted to do gold, but hey, if you want to do the gold, get a pack. Great price point. Okay? Get them in time for your Father's Day, Mother's Day crafting, and definitely for birthday cards because it does add a bit of wow. Okay, crafters, everything will be detailed and linked below for this amazing, over-the-top, runaway hit Victorian collection designed by Susan Tierney Cockburn for Spellbinders. Also, I will put links for the things that I hauled and all the goodies in there. That Happy Mother's Day. Just wow, wow, wow. Hot foil rolls came to life on this. And just winners all the way across. Alrighty, crafters, until the next video. Can you tell the excitement, right? Stay crafty, my friends. Bye.